Well, Coach, I know it feels good to get back home and get a dub. A lot of guys got work that normally throw on weekends. Is it just kind of a bullpen, kind of get people right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. We wanted Nate to have some feel good and Ben Davis to have some feel good, and we got to get Dane Burns out there more, him and Mackay. So we were very, adamant that we're going to run those guys out there and let them get a good inning. And you're hoping they get to feel good, and I think they do after their performance.
Robbie?
Had a couple of scuffling moments on offense, but also got some big hits, especially Joe getting the 2-out hit, and Hunter got a big hit as well. I mean, what did you think of the offense as a whole?
Yeah, not super fired up. I don't know what it was tonight. We've been pretty good lately too, offensively, but I didn't think we were great. Just the double plays, the pitch selection a little bit. I really challenged them on the focus level. Sometimes you get in this SEC. Where you're playing 3 big ones on the weekend, and then you're playing on Tuesday night, and you're playing another 3, and you got to bring it, every night. And I thought we could have been a little bit better.
Danny B?
Coach, Kevin, he gives up the run in the third. He comes right back in, gets the clean inning. How big was that for him to just come right back out there?
Yeah, he came out. He was scuffled a little bit when he came out. We wanted him to go back out there and like we said, we want him to feel like they had a little bit of success. And I thought his second inning, and I think he came out and got the leadoff guy in the 4th or 5th there. I thought he was pretty good after he settled in.
Ben?
Joe Powell getting consistent at bats here now that Ross has been out. So, what do you like from him, especially in that big at bat he battled back from the 0-2 count and was able to come up?
It was a huge at bat. I thought it was the play of the game. His at bat, just battling through it and then getting us a big swing. And then, after the weekend, really challenged the guys about holding the running game. And he throws out 2 and possibly could have been a third one. I argued it was a third one, so I thought it was pretty close. But I thought he did a really good job.
Steve? Not asking you to comment on officiating, but as far as the rule about the screen, about, moving the screen to kind of extend fair territory, what exactly is the rule on that?
I think they can move it. I couldn't see it, and I knew I probably shouldn't have replayed it because there's no way to ever see it on replay. I feel like we have unbelievable replay now with those Yacker techs on the bags, but we don't have it on that spot. The reaction of the fans and my first base coach as soon as it happened made me think that we had a shot there. But once you go to replay it, I don't think they have a good enough look. I don't think you can. I think you're allowed to. I guess he moved the fence a little bit. That's a hard one because some places have a hard fence and we have a net. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know that rule, Steve.
Doug?
Coach, going back to Hunter, he had 6 hits at Oklahoma, got another hit tonight that was nearly a home run. Is there a method to that? Is he doing something differently now?
No, I don't know. I just think he's working. He's just trying. He's fighting it every day, fighting back, trying to get a good at bats. I'm glad he got the big one there. I felt like that really separated the game for us and let us breathe a little bit because Samford's got a good ball club.
David?
You talked about getting Davis and some guys and getting right innings here tonight. Was it more urgent the fact you got Thursday starting series here and not much time to get guys ready?
I mean, it's kind of like their bullpens. It sounded like they ran out there for their bullpens today. The Thursday week's kind of tricky, so it's tricky for them too. So I think we're all looking at it and trying to figure it out. But with Ben's ran out there twice and just hadn't been himself. And I thought that was the Ben we've had the first month of the season. I thought he was really good.
Robbie?
Saw on the monitor for a glimpse of Ross, pretty brutal from that HBP he had last week. How's he doing? What's kind of his status right now?
Broken nose. We're very fortunate. He's very fortunate because it could have been a lot worse, and he should be back soon. So it's going to be about what he can tolerate and deal with and everything else. He's got a football mask for a helmet now, so it'll be interesting to watch. But I tried to make him wear it all night in the dugout, but he refused. So, but he's doing good. He's in good spirit. He's a tough kid. So, but we're real fortunate. I mean, I don't know if it hit here and clip, but when it first happened, I thought it was straight on. So we're fortunate. He's fortunate.
And if I can follow up to Joe, behind the plate, it's been kind of a struggle for y'all throwing guys out. Tonight, it looked like he got the first guy. It was on line, and then he got 2 more, I think, after that.
Yep.
One of them might have been catcher's interference or batter's interference. But what have you seen from him as far as his catching the last few games?
Yeah, I thought I think we got ambushed a little bit Saturday with that game, and a lot of it was our pitchers. Yeah, it hadn't been so much Joe as it was. We had some pitchers slow to the plate. Joe's usually a pretty good thrower, and really Saturday and Sunday are probably the only 2 days all year that we haven't thrown out guys, so we have to do a better job. Obviously, we spent about an hour on it yesterday, adding in a new pick system as another base and doing some different stuff, but we have the talent to do it. Joe's a good thrower, and Ross is a good thrower. Over the weekend, we don't make 2 tags, tonight we make the tags and then they stop running. We make the tags the other night, they may stop running before it ever got going. But when you steal and you should be out and you get to be safe, then you're going to run again, and that's kind of what we got into. And then it kind of just went haywire on us.
We'll do 3 more: Steve, Doug, and then David.
Coach, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, I know there's a lot of different ways to handle your pitching. How tempting is it to kind of keep Pico on a Friday and kind of keep guys where they are? I mean, I know everybody does it a little bit differently, but what are your thoughts about that?
We in the locker room today, we're talking about it. We figure we're going to let the media pick the rotation this week. Is that all right? I'm going to let you decide what Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's a lot of variables. We haven't even decided to this point. I think Park has a pretty good idea, but we have to pin today and figure out things and how guys feel. It just that's the hardest part about the third. You love playing on Thursday night because the exposure for college baseball is great, but what it does to Friday night starters, makes it tough. So I learned that my first year with Ethan Small. I felt like that wore Ethan out a little bit, bouncing back and forth. So we're looking at it. I don't, either way, we'll figure it out. We'll get him out there in the right spot. We just want to be what's good for Pico. I think that's the most important thing for the long run.
You want me to call or text you my pick for Thursday?
Yes. So Robbie already sent his earlier today. So.
All right, we'll do Doug and then Robbie.
Coach followed up on Steve's question, specific one about Noah Sullivan. He only goes 2 tonight. Is he still a midweek pitcher, or with the weekend moving up, possibly see him in a situation on the weekend?
He could pitch on the weekends. Yeah, there's always that possibility. It wasn't as sharp tonight. We've been travel. We got in at 3:30 Monday morning. We've been on a grind with this group, and I just didn't think his stuff was as sharp, and we really wanted to get some guys in there. So I thought he did another great job of just getting out there. But he's always 88, 89. It's just the breaking stuff can be really sharp. I thought it was just a little flatter today, and they hit a couple balls, in those 2 innings that we were like, let's just go. And Kevin's we had Hungate warm up all day long because you want to throw your side armors on a night like this, but Chase just got to throw in the bullpen, I guess. So.
Rob.
Kind of a gauntlet start for y'all in SEC. You got the 3rd top 10 team that you play to start conference play, and this one's been really good so far this year. I mean, what's the challenge with this LSU team and doing it at Alex Box where you've had some success?
Yeah, I think it's just SEC baseball. I mean, I've challenged the guys. It's it's a tougher start because you're playing teams that are playing really well at the time, and I think that's, obviously they're talented, but they're also playing well, and we probably haven't done enough. We haven't done enough. So there's so many close games in there. I think I haven't watched them a ton. Obviously they're very good, but I think you got to go in there and compete. I think we've had success there, but we've competed our asses off, and this group's going to have to go in there and earn every inning, every strike, every hit they get to play against one of the better programs in the country, because we got to start getting us some SEC wins, because we do have some opportunities as the season goes on to get to where we need to be.
Joe, I know it's it's never a good thing to see a teammate go down, but you've made the most of your opportunities. How you feeling right now, kind of getting some more at bats and kind of getting regular play behind the plate?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the opportunity to be here. But yeah, Ross goes down and he's the next man up, and he's recovering well. But like you said, just getting more at bats, getting more comfortable, just taking it one day at a time, and doing what I can to help my team win.
Ben.
So is it difficult to catch a bullpen game when you've got 6 different pitchers out there, all different mixes and different tendencies, and every inning it seems like you've got a different guy there?
No, that's what the advantage of me actually being here in the fall was for this year and years prior. But you're here in the fall and you get to catch these guys over and over. You catch them in inter squads coming in the preseason. So now it's just whoever's on the mound is whoever's on the mound, and we got a pretty good relationship. So it's pretty easy.
Robbie.
Dane, really interesting journey the last couple of years for you. I mean, what's it been like, and how excited are you to get out there, be pitching in the SEC and doing what you did tonight?
It's exciting. I miss being on a team more than anything. grinding on your own, I mean, it's cool, but being with these guys is probably the best part.
Steve?
Thing along those lines too, the breaking ball, you do a good job of hiding the baseball, but that breaking ball tonight looked more like the breaking ball that we saw earlier in the year. Maybe what have you refined here in the last couple days to kind of get back to those mechanics you had early in the year?
Really just working with Park and settling down and getting used to the environment. Again, being away from baseball, it takes a toll on you, and just getting back up there and keep doing what you're doing, especially with Park's help, it makes it really easy.
Doug?
Dane, you've had 2 weekends in the SEC play now. Is there something about the SEC that is exactly like you thought it would be, and what's the biggest surprise so far for you?
I think it's just a total surprise. You never know what it is till you get there, but I think it's great, and I think it's something you can work and build on and just really use to your advantage once you get settled in there.
As you pitch to the hitters, what are you finding as far as what you've got to do to overcome what they're trying to do?
Just be me, not tense up, not, get too excited, just stay within myself, that's what's going to get it done.
David?
Joe, your coach said that was the biggest of the game, to drive those 2 runs. Take us through that, because the 0-2 count, you just barely fouled that big battle, you got the base hit.
Yeah, like I said earlier, just the more pitches I saw, the more at-bats I'm getting, the more comfortable I feel, the more settled in I am. And like I said, the longer at-bat went on, I was just seeing it better. I was really comfortable with the strike zone, and I knew what he had, so I knew he had nothing really to beat me with in that at-bat. So just put my best foot forward there and, did what I could to put our team in a position to win.
Ben?
Dane, I know you don't throw quite as hard as some of the other guys in this bullpen, but it seems like your fastball maybe plays a little bit harder than its actual velocity just because of how it complements your breaking stuff. So how do you feel like your mix sort of plays off of each other well?
I think it's great, and I think that's all, Parker's doing. I came in here and he changed a lot of things up, and, I never questioned him. I just worked with him, and, that's really all it is.
Steve?
Joe, you mentioned that being here last fall kind of got thrown to the fire, literally and figuratively in many respects, but having the benefit of the fall, being really one of the guys, because last year, like guys talked about what a great teammate you were, even though you were a newcomer, but now that you've got 3 semesters under your belt, how close do you feel to this team, and how close do you feel like this team is as a whole as you guys get ready for the the gauntlet of the SEC?
Yeah, last year, it was a unique situation, but I was able to come in, and a lot of guys were very welcoming, and we lost a lot of guys, but also we had a lot of guys returning, in the respect of just really good locker room guys and clubhouse guys and guys in the dugout. So it was just that semester under my belt, a good season under our belt, and now moving forward, having the opportunity to come back, I just felt more comfortable, got to experience some things that I didn't experience in the fall this year, and now coming into this spring, kind of more familiar with it, and just at this point in time doing whatever we can to win.
Okay, we'll do a few more, David.
After the weekend in Oklahoma, how important was it to come out tonight and control the running game? And did you think you had that first guy?
The replay obviously said no. I thought it was pretty dang close. Whenever Lem's yelling after we review, he feels like he's got a pretty strong point at that. But yeah, we made it a big point. We switched some things up, and like you said, it was just more of a priority for us, and we took control of it.
Doug?
Joe, following up on that, Oklahoma kind of had a reputation for being a running team, and that's very challenging for catcher's position. As you approach a SEC series with a team, does it change the way that you prepare for it as to whether the team is known to run or not run that much?
No, I think we're just more aware of it. Some teams run, some teams don't as much, but our preparation stays the same because this is our standard for what we do here, and this is how we're going to keep getting better every day because we don't, play the level of competition. We play to our standard here.